today's question: how do I protect my savings account? I keep on breaking into this account every time it begins to build up. Now, this is a very crucial question. It has been coming up in the recent past quite a number of times. And when I saw this latest version, I just decided that I needed to say something about it from wherever I am. Ultimately, the only thing that will save or protect your savings account will be financial discipline. And in the first episode of Ask the Coach, I said something about financial discipline. You might need to refer. But your ability to say no to these things that will be calling you, to these things that will be beckoning you, to these things that will be urging you to break into your savings account will be the only thing that will save you, rather protect your savings account. But I also appreciate that we will be at different and varying levels of financial discipline. And financial discipline is also not something that comes to you overnight. It's something that is nurtured day after day. So permit me to say a few things about protecting your savings account. The first thing I want to say is that the reason for saving, and that's why many times in my sessions, whenever I have chance to say something about savings, I drum up the idea of people knowing why they are saving. Out of the majority of people who are financially active, who are economically active, very few of them, a very tiny percentage, actually get to save. Now, out of those that get to save, very few of them know why they are saving. A good number of them do not know why they are saving, and another big number of them only save for a rainy day. But that's a conversation for another day. So if you know why you are saving, if your reason for saving is a very strong reason, then that reason will help protect your savings account. But if you just save for the sake of saving, if you just save because you heard people say it is good to save, if you just save without knowing the reason, then it becomes easier for you to break into this account. But if you are saving, for example, you have determined that you want to be able to do item X, you want to be able to do something by end of the year, and this something requires you to be saving 2,000 shillings every month for it to be executed, and you have determined that this is a serious thing. When you begin to save this 2,000 shillings per month, believe you me, if that thing is as serious as you have deemed it to be, it will be a little bit difficult for you to break into that account, for example, to go out with friends, for you to break into that account, for example, to do a thing or the other that is not as important, as valuable as the reason for which you were saving. So that is why I say the reason for your saving will also help to protect your savings account. But while at it, it is also good to take up measures that will help you from breaking into your savings account unnecessarily. The first thing you can do is to automate the savings process, because sometimes when you have to manually move money from one account to the savings account, very many people find that a bit cumbersome, and that becomes a big test to their financial discipline, and many people find themselves defaulting on the savings aspect. Okay, so if you are left with the task of withdrawing the money manually and going to deposit or taking it wherever it is that you have decided to save from, then you might need to automate the process, right? Because that particular manual movement of funds is a big test to so many people. For very many people, by the time they are withdrawing the money, it is 5,000, but by the time it gets to where it is being saved, it gets there as 3,000. 2,000 has fallen through the cracks. So that begins to also threaten the existence of your savings account. So before you even protect it, first of all, you need to ensure it is there. So you might need to automate it. If your financial discipline is not where it's supposed to be yet, you might need to automate the process. It will save you time and it will be automatic, so that you are left with what you only need to spend. Remember, we say if you want to save, you must save before you spend. Many people wait to save what will remain after they have spent. And I like saying that money refuses to remain to be saved. Okay, so automation will help you achieve that, because the money will go instant. Once the money has gone, or once you have been able to save to put the money where you want to put, let me also suggest that you need to choose a savings account. You need to choose an account that has very minimal temptations. You need to choose an account that is not linked to your mobile phone, for example. Because I know of very many people who have opened savings accounts and connected them to their mobile banking. So many times in class I ask, how many of us are savers? And you will see very many hands lifted of people who purport to be savers. And then the next thing I say is, how many of us have the money we have been saving? And you see the hands reduced tremendously. Now, when I dig deeper, you realize that there are people who even have automated the savings process, but they have also followed the funds where they are going, and they have connected that particular account to their mobile phone. So what happens is that the money will go. So that means they have saved, but then they quickly follow up the money and withdraw it to their phone and use it. So the money being saved every month is not there. So you need an account that has very little temptations if your financial discipline is wanting. Take an account that does not have an ATM card. Take an account that does not have connectivity to your phone, so that when you are walking in the CBD in town and you stumble upon a very interesting thing that you would otherwise have bought, when you look at this thing and you wish you had money, you wish you had accessibility to money, that is the instance when, if you had an ATM card, you would quickly look for a bank and withdraw the funds. If you had connectivity to your phone, you would quickly want to do the transaction and get the money to your phone and spend on that particular thing that you have seen, which you had not planned to spend your money on. Don't have your hands near your savings kitty. Another thing that will help you safeguard your savings account is to commit the savings. Many times in wealth creation, we say that no coin should be left to lie idle. Every coin should be sent to call for more coins. So depending on why you are saving, you might need to look for a place where you can already begin to invest the money that you are saving, so that once you determine to save, you don't keep the money idle somewhere. You send it to wherever it is that you're sending. If you have decided that you want to use the money market to help you save, or you want to use a chama, an investment club, to help you save, then you can begin to wire your money directly to that particular place, so that you minimize proximity to the money, you minimize your accessibility to the money, and then the money gets to multiply, to earn something on top of it, or the money gets to do whatever you wanted it to do. If you are saving so that you can acquire a certain asset, and you realize that every so often you keep on breaking into this account before you acquire this asset, you might need to also perhaps think about getting to arrange with whoever is selling you that thing, or wherever it is that you wanted to buy the thing from, and get to see whether you can have an arrangement where you can be sending the money to them upfront, so that at the time when you clear the payment, then you can be given your thing. That way, then you'll have safeguarded your savings, if we are allowed to call such an amount of money savings. Look, let's keep learning. You can do better. So I invite you to subscribe to this channel, to like the videos you're watching, and share them with others, so that they can also get a tip here and a tip there with regard to how they handle their money issues. See you next time as we answer the next question.